Our editor-at-large, Ahmet Alioglu, joins us from Leicester in the UK for more. France and other European countries are concerned that the operation may lead to the resurgence of Daesh. Are such concerns logical?
Serena, first of all, there should be something very logical, which is you cannot turn a blind eye to a set of terrorist group in order to get another terrorist to replace it. Now, that's what's happening. It's only the change of the flags. Daesh is a terrorist organization that has wreaked havoc in Syria, and now it is replaced by the YPG, which is the sister of PKK, or the daughter of PKK, if you will, which is a terrorist organization listed as such in Europe and the United States and elsewhere. So it is the same. It's the two faces of the same coin. Now, when it comes to the rise of Daesh, Turkey has succeeded in the past to defeat Daesh in Kobani, in Ain al-Arab. And it promised from the day one that it is legible, it is capable to defeat Daesh in these regions. But the point is, the YPG is another terrorist organization. Simply, Amnesty International and many other international organizations released a couple of reports saying that the YPG committed crimes that amount to war crimes, but it was not reported in the mainstream media because it goes against the mainstream rhetoric and discourse of the Western powers that are only interested in defeating Daesh, and they do not concern or do not have any sensitivity to Turkey and its concern when it comes to these elements, a terrorist organization that may launch, and they've done this before, launched a terrorist attack against Turkey. So eventually, Turkey is interested in clearing all elements, groups in its border, in the region, and save a haven for the civilians to go back to their own country after being cleansed, literally cleansed by the YPG terrorist organizations.
Right, so the United Nations then says it's preparing for the worst. I mean, are we expecting a humanitarian disaster here?
Well, Selina, for Turkey, this is not the first cross-border operation. Before that, there was the Euphrates Shield, and there was other operations where Turkey was very precise in terms of designing the operation, its plans, and its targets. The number of what's known as the collateral damages among civilians was to the minimum because Turkey is highly interested in keeping the lives of all the civilians, and that explains why the operation of Turkey will take like months, not only days or weeks, because they're not interested in wreaking havoc in these towns and cities and trying to avoid all the civilians any kind of harm. This didn't happen at the time when Raqqa, the Syrian stronghold city of Daesh, was liberated by the YPG and the American forces, where the whole city was leveled to the ground, was completely destroyed. In Afrin, in other cities in the northern stretch of Syria that has been liberated by the Free Syrian Army and the Turkish troops, there was not that damage among the civilians. The houses were not destroyed. People returned back and found electricity, water, and then life brought back to normal. This is what Turkey is doing, and the ultimate goal of this whole operation is the civilians. Turkey is interested in taking the Syrian refugees back to their own country and saving them decent and good life after clearing the whole area from these terrorist organizations. And the European Union know about this. The Americans know about this. The Russians and the Iranians know about this, but none of them was initiating to help Syria. That's why it's forced kind of unilaterally take such an operation.
Okay, Ahmed, thank you.